thought in my head that kind of makes sense why people are depressed and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh,
You know what I just thought of?
what? I found something.
Hold on. People, they like you being the past, be the past was better. Almost like how video games are. You like old Minecraft, you like old Rainbow, you like all of that, right? Old COD, all of this. People are blinded by the past. They love the past so much. They love what they did in the past so much, where they're blinded and they're sad of their new life.
Mm.
And you have to realize the memories will be with you, but you can't always go back and be nostalgic
Ah!
of your past when you can't go back there all the time. If not, you'll be trapped in there forever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that kind of gave me like some Unisonus vibes.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
I
like,
actually came up with that myself.
yeah.
The reason why is I actually thought about like me being depressed and all that for a while, and then the relationship I had with her. I'm like, we still have memories. You
Yeah.
can't always be trapped. Ooh, Kate Fletcher. In the past because you like it so much. Sometimes you just it'll be with you. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
And people are worried about future. Future will wear out. Oh, let me focus on the present.
On it, I literally thought about this, like almost the exact same thing you're talking about a few days ago.
But
Literally because of the Unisonus anniversary.
people are so worried about, like, a lot of people in high school, you might be, are
Mm-hmm.
always worried about, what do I do? I need to get my career. I need to do this. I need to do that. What do? I need a car. I need a license. I need to find a able job. You support my family. You'll figure it out. You will, and you know you will. It's just you don't have faith in yourself to do that. And and that's why a couple days ago I told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be a business owner. I'm gonna do all this because being a business owner, it will eventually work out. I'm like, I want to do opportunities that I thought I would never pick. I'm gonna join volleyball team, do this, do that, because I'm just like, you can't, yeah, you're doing the same thing forever. You have to go out there and venture and change and do what you want to do. Even if you don't think you want to do it, you need to at least try it. You know what I mean? Should I clip this?
Um, nah.
Okay.
I found another emerald.
That's cool. I also thought that I told a lot of people this. I even told her this before I disappeared. Um, you have to got constantly overthinking about like what's gonna happen the next day.
Mm-hmm.
People are always overthinking about like, oh, what if I die doing this, doing that, doing this. It's fine with overthinking, just don't overthink way too much. It will just bring more problems to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to be afraid. A lot of people are afraid, and it's okay to. But don't do something because you're afraid. You might be afraid, but you'll learn how not to be afraid. And throughout the past couple of years, I've been fighting with my own self. If you don't know what that means, in your head, you kind of know what I mean, right?
Mm.
And you'll depression, all this other stuff will eventually fight back and match the other side of you that you're fighting. But you always have to keep in check. Like, if you're overwhelmed or you need help or any of that, don't be afraid to ask for help. You may think that other people are like, oh, you don't understand this. Oh, you don't have the same problem as me. Everyone has this issue in your life at least once. You may not have it. That's why I told Brando when I first talked to him about it. I'm like, you'll eventually have it. You may not know, but you'll have it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everyone understands it. Everyone has it. It's kind of like with bullying. Everyone got bullied in your life yet. It hasn't been solved. There's just a lot of stuff that you can just solve. And a lot of people are worried about having a normal life. When I mean a normal life, I mean by like you'll eventually in a job, after in a job, working 9 to 5, going home, watching Netflix and stuff like that. You can do that if you wanted to, but go out and adventure. You realize you only have one life. Eventually, when you get older, to a point where you're over 50, you'll realize you effed up. And you'll realize all the opportunities, all the things you could have done on your bucket list or wish list you could have done when you were younger. And you didn't, and it's already too late. It's way too late for it. And a lot of younger people don't take that into consideration. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it work, but I'm saying do it differently than others. And don't look onto another person's life in your life and say, I want to do the same thing, I want to copy off of you. No. You have your own specific life that you want to do, or God made you a plan to do what He has planned for you. Don't ever be afraid to be different than others just because of what your loved ones or people you love around you do. Don't be afraid. You can be afraid, but don't be afraid to make a change. That could possibly change for good or bad. If you change for bad, you'll learn from it. But people have to take into consideration that you need to practice, and if you want to do something, you practice. You, even if you fail once, you have to just don't take out on others, take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Just say, I made a mistake, or I need to, you know, practice more, or have a second chance, or I failed. You'll eventually fail, but that will pay off. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
And there's a whole bunch of other up that I'm say throughout my head right now that can actually change a person, but I I I don't. So what did you think?
Kind of reminds me of something my chemistry teacher once said about like something he's worried about for like our generation, like and like our generate and like new generations that are like coming after us. We don't learn how to fail.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I think about it a lot.
That why I told myself I'm like I'm gonna. Oh. That why I told myself I'm gonna be a welder. I'm gonna be a businessman. I'm gonna get all the other degrees. I'm gonna like. I'm gonna, let's say, for example, like not for example, like know how I want to buy land, move to mountains, and like be with family and get horse and get cars and all that. You you can perfectly do that. You can do it, but since you already planned out ahead of time, it may not work like that. But you'll get what you want, but you may not get it sooner, like as soon as you think. And a lot of people just think just because you fail once, you think you have to just do something new when that isn't true. You know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
And there's many
Yes,
different things like this advice that I'm telling you in my head that I don't really tell other people just because they're probably gonna, with this generation, they're probably gonna take it as an insult. If you think about it. I'm not saying some people will, I'm not saying some people won't. Why, I technically am, but people gotta blaming others for sins and eventually take their own blame.
they want to hear what they want to be told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to living in this fantasy. And they have to like just thinking stuff that isn't real.